Hi everyone, my name is King Ivy, and this is a Pokemon Go episode. I was out trying to catch some Pokemon, and I came across this gym in Toronto called Faith Temple. It's a level 7 gym, and what intrigued me is that there were like 3 Dragonites, two Vaporeons, a Lapras, and an Arcanine, and 6 of them are above 2000 CP. If we just take a quick look at my stable, you'll see I have 2000 plus CP Pokemon, one 1400 and then 1200 and 1100. So clearly a much stronger gym than I am, but I was intrigued by the challenge. So at first I want to see, first 2 times I want to see how many Pokemon could I take down with my team. So you can see here I'm using Vaporeon, took out the Arcanine, Vaporeon died or fainted, however you want to say it. Then here I'm using Snorlax, and for some reason I find sometimes it glitches out where I had to use my special move to kill the Pokemon, even though my regular move doesn't. And this is an issue that I encountered here, was that Lapras is super effective against my Dragonite, which is very unfortunate. So here I just tried to go all out, use all my Pokemon, try to destroy as many of their Pokemon as possible. And in this first round, I was successful in defeating 4 of their Pokemon. You can see here my Starmie wasn't really that helpful. And then my Hypno almost died, but was effective. So then here I just ran away because I knew I couldn't beat that Dragonite with just my Hypno. So here I'm starting to heal up all my Pokemon. And then I'm going to go for the battle number 2. And here, again, the goal is to destroy as many Pokemon as possible. So here I'm using my Vaporeon, even though it's 1485 CP versus 1900, you can see how a type advantage and using the same type attack bonus can really give you a really big advantage even against a significantly stronger Pokemon. As well, I have the advantage of dodging and knowing when to use my special moves. So here, again, I'm up against this Lapras. I want to try to take as much health as possible from this Lapras using my Snorlax. You can see here I switched out my Dragonite for my Slowbro because again I know my Dragonite is weak against the Lapras, and I knew I could use my Dragonite to beat this Vaporeon, who is not very effective. You can see there I did a little bit of dodging. This is when I started incorporating some more dodging. And I wanted to see if I could beat this Dragonite straight up with my other Pokemon. Again, my Starmie was pretty helpful. Knocked a few of it down, but you see at the end, Hypno just comes in, takes all glory, and I just ran away because I knew I couldn't beat that Dragonite. It was much too strong at this point in time. So here I'm starting to charge up. Now I'm going to start to be a little bit more strategic on how I want to do it. I don't want all my Pokemon to die because I realized that I only have a limited number of revives, and now I know why you need revives and why you shouldn't throw them all out. So here I'm going to be using, for this particular battle, I've brought it down to a level 6 gym. So I'm going to be using 4 Pokemon to take out 3 of his. So here I'm starting with my Snorlax, trying to see how far I can take down this Lapras. But this Lapras is pretty strong. Here I made a mistake. I forgot to switch out my Dragonite. So you can see it took a significant amount of health of my Dragonite, which is unfortunate. So here I'm using, unfortunately I didn't take enough of the health of Lapras out with my Snorlax, so my Slowbro died. So here I'm using my Dragonite to fight this Vaporeon. It's going to be a very close battle. You can see here I had to bring my Vaporeon at the end to finish off the battle, which I kind of hope that I didn't have to do, but it is what it is. So at this point, I just need to win one more battle to knock it down, another Prestige, so I can be a little bit more strategic. So here I'm just going to focus on beating this Vaporeon and not so much focus on beating as many Pokemon as possible. So you can see here, knocked down to level 5. And in this gym, I used 3 Pokemon to beat 2 of his. And here I'm trying to incorporate some more dodging. Because I notice, obviously it's a computer program, that there's like a lot of patterns on how it does its attacks, so it's a really big advantage on top of the ability to dodge and other things. So here I believe my Dragonite dies, or I switch it out. So it dies, and then this Slowbro, which has surprisingly been really helpful for in this gym in taking down significantly stronger Pokemon. So here, I kill 2 of its Pokemon using 3, and then again here I want to try to kill as many as possible. But one of the goals I have here is to avoid dying or fainting. So here I tried to avoid, I believe it's Ice Beam or Dragon Pulse. Ice Beam. And then I tried to avoid it so I could use my Hyper Beam, because once I use my Hyper Beam, it takes, even though it's a super strong attack, it takes forever to use. And because it takes forever to use, I'm very vulnerable for them to use their special attack. So I tried to first avoid their special attack and then use my Hyper Beam. Obviously that doesn't work if it's like a 2-bar segment. So here, there you go. So I beat 3 of its Pokemon using 3 of mine, and all with only my Dragonite dying, which I probably could have avoided, but I thought my Dragonite could beat their Dragonite. So in this next battle, I think I wasn't as strategic on this one because I was only able to beat two of theirs. You can see here I'm taking way more damage than I should, and then my Snorlax dies there. Yeah, and for whatever reason, like this Lapras is just not dying, even though I'm using a bunch of attacks, and which is not good. Then here, my Dragonite's gonna beat this Vaporeon 1-on-1. It's a pretty close battle between these two, but clearly my Dragonite's stronger. In this next battle, I'm just gonna try to use 2 of my Pokemon to beat 2 of his. And these next couple ones are not too exciting, but eventually I want to knock it down to level 4 so I can be a little bit more strategic. This Lapras being super effective against my Dragonite is causing a pretty big issue in terms of my team. You can see here, even my Snorlax actually died against this Lapras, which is, even though Lapras is actually my Snorlax has a higher CP. But it's super strong, the Lapras, which makes it challenging. So here, run away, beat 2 of its Pokemon. Now here, it's down to a level 4 gym. And then I just want to see how many I can beat. Obviously, my Dragonite can beat this Vaporeon 1-on-1. And then I don't know why I let my Dragonite die there. I should have swapped it out. Because I am running low on revives. So I had to be a little bit more strategic. So this is a weird glitch. I was able to switch out my Snorlax without having it die, even though it clearly died. So a little bit like cheating, but I didn't do it on purpose, so not too fussed. So here I'm trying to use all my potions. I also realized that I have more potions than revives at this point, so I gotta work with that constrained resource. So here I've used a lot of my dodging techniques, and you can see how big of a difference it made. Oh, it made a slight difference. I may have went from like 5% health to 15% health, but again, that helped me get a few shots on this Dragonite, which then helped me not have my Snorlax take as much damage as it needed to. So again, here I'm trying to fight it using my dodging techniques, and this is probably one of my most brilliant 1v1 battles that I've done. Again, I'm not that great of an expert at fighting yet, but you can see here I have like 60% of my health. I can take a good chunk of this Dragonite's health. Did my Dragonite just die, or I think I swapped it out? I don't think it actually died. We'll see when I go and heal it. Oh, no, it did die. Okay. So I had to be a little bit more strategic on that, depending on whether or not I'm running out of potions or revives. So here, again, doing some pretty good dodging, which helps out significantly, but obviously I took that Aqua Tail straight on. And then here I just want to knock it down to a level 3 gem. And then here I'm gonna go and capture the Squirtle. Tried to do a curveball, didn't work, so I just threw it straight, got a nice throw. And then here I'm just gonna do like a 1v1 battle with my Snorlax. Try to knock down some of the prestige, because I didn't think that my Dragonite could straight up beat this this other Dragonite. So I just did this 1v1 battle for this one, for the previous one and this one. So you can see here my Snorlax is obviously you have a huge advantage when you're fighting a gym, even one versus one. So you can see here, even though their Dragonite's like 250 CP higher than my Snorlax, I'm still able to beat it. So again, doing some 1 versus 1, but I think this time I try to use my Dragonite to see if I could I think this next one actually use my Dragonite to take out their Dragonite. And you can see here my Dragonite's slightly weaker than this one, but I'm absolutely destroying this Dragonite. And then I take a good chunk of health away from this Dragonite. I let my my Dragonite die again, which I probably shouldn't, given how few revives I had left. But you can see here again, like I actually at this point I actually thought I had beat the gym, like beat all their Pokemon, but then there's this 3000 CP Dragonite at the end. So here I'm just checking. I'm like, is this right? Like someone just add something in, but it was there at the beginning. I just completely forgot about it since I've been battling for so long at this point. So here I swapped out my Dragonite, and then I want to beat this Dragonite again. So I wasn't as strategic on this battle as I was on the previous one, but still was able to still beat it using 3 Pokemon. And then here I noticed that I'm pretty close to knocking it down to a level 2, so I'm gonna go and fight this gym. You can see I do a lot of dodging here, but it wasn't quite as effective. Yeah, my Snorlax is able to take it out, even though it's significantly higher CP 1. So here I brought my Slowbro out. Now it's down to level 2 gym. Revive my Dragonite. I'm gonna pick up that Pokestop, see what kind of potions or revives I can get from there. So now I'm down to this 1916 Dragonite and this 3027 Dragonite, both super strong. But you can see here my Dragonite, that's whatever 23 something, is able to take a good chunk of health away from, or virtually beat the Dragonite. And then here I'm using my Snorlax. I let it die because I know I'm pretty close. I'm like basically 2 battles away. I'm gonna revive them. So you can see at this point I've used all my revives, including the one I picked up at that Pokestop. And then here my Dragonite, even though it's 2370, it takes out like 90% of their health, 95% of their health, and I just use my Snorlax to finish it off. And that's the end of the gameplay. If you like this content, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there are other gyms or if I should take out a level 8 gym. This took me about 51 minutes, so it was a ridiculously long time to stand outside a building and play Pokemon, but it was fun. I really got to test my skills, learn a little bit more about the gym fighting mechanics and how big of an advantage you inherently have even over seemingly strong Pokemon. But you can see how big of an advantage the type advantage and using the same type of attack bonus can really have. Like you saw my Vaporeon versus the Arcanine was huge. So again, if you like it, like, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you and playing in the next Pokemon Go video. Thank you.